Hello, hello, hello. It's 12:30 on Thursday, so you know what that means. I am here, Dr. Stephanie Fine, to be with you to talk about a little prevention, right? Preventing weight gain. We talk about maintenance, and it's holiday time. What does that mean? Parties. It's really amazing how different this time of year is than all the rest of the time. So if you have everything dialed in, everything's going great the whole rest of the year, this can be a challenging time. It's different. There are candies out in front of your face. There are parties where you go to cocktail parties and they have foods that you don't normally have. So parties are a topic that we do need to talk about. And that's what we did in the Ounce of Prevention this week. And you can get that to your inbox. Just go to stephaniefinemd.com to sign right up. And you can get it every Thursday. So I'm going to I have a few more tips to talk to you about. The main one that I mentioned and that I think is important is this whole concept of deciding whether you even want to go to the party. I mean, that's huge. Sometimes we don't even stop and ask ourselves if we want to go to this one. If you do, awesome. If you don't, rethink it. Rethink it. There's a season for everything, right? We're talking about holiday season. But what I mean by that is if you're in weight loss mode, if you recently had a loss, if you just, for whatever reason, do not feel like you want to go to a party, don't go. You now have permission. If you do want to go, awesome. And I'm going to help you figure out how to fit that into your weight loss maintenance journey. But that's the first piece. Then, here's some other little tips. When you're thinking about getting together with people, which is a fantastic part of this holiday season, that's the part. It's so nice. People are more willing to get together. They're feeling like they have a little more time. It's really nice to connect with people. So, if party food and that sort of thing is an issue, then what about hosting? Now, if you love hosting, awesome. If you don't love hosting, then it may be the best answer that you just have a few people over. That could be one thing because you can control the food in that situation. Another idea then is to make it small. So instead of having a huge party, have a little one. Pick your very favorite people that you want to spend time with and have a little intimate gathering. I love that idea. That's the one I'm doing this year. I love it. Another one is, and I say this all the time, it doesn't have to be around food. Plan something that's not around food and getting together, and then you don't have to deal with it at all. And during the holidays, there's lots of things you can do. You can drive around looking at lights. You can walk around looking at lights. You can go to a holiday show. You can listen to singing. You can go ice skating. There's lots of things that you can do that's very festive that does not have to include food. That's a great way to avoid the food there. So we're really looking for connecting and enjoying ourselves with each other. And that's something you can do without food. So those are some keys. Now, my favorite one, my very favorite one that I use all the time is eating before I go. So I basically don't eat anything at the party. I may decide I'm going to have a glass of wine or even, club soda with lime, whatever I'm going to decide that I'm having for drinking. But for me, it ends up being so much easier. A couple things. One, I eat early. It's just my body likes to eat early, and often these parties are later. And oh my gosh, if I waited until I was at the party, first of all, I'd be starving and uncomfortable. And then I would eat stuff that I wouldn't plan on eating and have more calories than I wanted. Now, I could certainly plan for that, but that whole scenario, not my favorite. So I eat my dinner before and then go enjoy the party and talk with people and enjoy the atmosphere. So if that works for you, I highly recommend it. But Jean had a great one that she shared in our Facebook group, which is the perfect time to say it's a free Facebook group that we have little discussions in there throughout the week. It's and you can actually join. So you just go to Facebook and in Facebook you can write Maintenance University. But if you just go to maintenanceuniversityfacebookgroup.com, maintenanceuniversityfacebookgroup.com, I know it's long, but if you just do that, you'll go right to it. So it's really easy. But anyway, so join us. So Jean had a great idea in there. And what she said is that she has some beverages in her car. Like she keeps, I don't know if it's in her trunk, I'm assuming, like no calorie beverages, like those, the ones I like are like LaCroix. They have a hint of a flavor, but they're just bubbly and sort of festive. So if the party she's going to doesn't have that or something that she would like, she runs to the car and gets it. I think that's brilliant. That is brilliant. And here's the reasons. She gets what she wants. No one feels bad about it. Everyone feels fine. She takes care of herself and she gets to enjoy the party. It's brilliant. Any tip like that where you feel comfortable, you don't have to do something you don't want to do, and you get to connect with the people. That's what we're looking to do, and it does not have to involve food. And when it doesn't involve food, you can maintain your weight loss. So the rest of Ounce of Prevention is about how to plan for the parties, and planning is the key. That is the most important thing you can do besides deciding which one you want. Planning. So using these tips in helping you plan. Because if you notice that you only have a couple, that's a lot easier to plan than if you're just inundated with parties. And the other main thing, and then I will leave you, is this idea that I don't want you to just throw up your hands and be like, oh, it's holiday time, forget it. Absolutely, studies show that this is the time that people gain weight. And if they gain weight, often they won't lose it. So year after year after year, you're gaining, and that's how it happens. It slowly creeps up. It does not have to be that way. So if you have a party, let's say you just, had too much eggnog and ended up face first in the See's candy, the next day you can restart your normal plan. So what I don't want to happen is that you've done that and now you're thinking, oh, I might as well, roll up my chair to all the things, of the season that gain weight. I want you to be able to feel really good about the decisions that you're making, about the way that you're feeling and looking, about your control over what's going on. And you go to these parties, you'll do your best, but then right away you get back to it. When you do that, there's absolutely a limitation to whatever damage can be done. If you have the mindset to just make sure you get back no matter what happens, you plan for the party, you do your best, the next day you're back, no stopping you. So have so much fun at your parties this holiday season. I will speak to you next week. You may have a party. I'd love to know all about how you handled it, what tip worked, what strategy, because we all have our own that work for us, and I would love to know yours. So have a wonderful week. I will talk to you. Bye.